Alright, what is good everybody? It's your boy Sora, and today's video is going to be coming straight from the heart. We're not using a script, so I apologize if I stutter at all. But we're going to be talking about George Lucas and his involvement with Star Wars moving forward. Now, before I get into the thick of things, I just want to give you some backstory. When George Lucas sold the rights to Star Wars and his company, Lucasfilm, to Disney, he was still going to be involved. He still wanted to be involved and, try and help out when he can. And he also sold the scripts to 7, 8, and 9, and he was under the assumption that they were going to be using it to make the films. When he found out they weren't, he left and didn't want to be involved at all. Now, when he sold the company to Disney, Kathleen Kennedy became CEO, and she was pretty much the biggest driving force when it came to the Star Wars content that Disney put out since they acquired it. A lot of fans were not very happy with what Kathleen Kennedy has done, and very recently she has pretty much been demoted, or she left. I don't know exactly what happened, but she's not going to be involved nearly as much anymore. And a lot of the creative control is said to be given to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. Now, if you don't know about these two gentlemen, I'll give you some backstory on them as well. Jon Favreau is a huge Star Wars fan. He's the man that pretty much started the MCU, since he directed and created the first Iron Man film that started off the MCU. He made the most recent adaptation of The Lion King. I know he's been involved with other things, but those are the only things coming to my head right now. And if you don't know Dave Filoni, I'm going to be very upset if you're a Star Wars fan, because he's pretty much one of the biggest leaders when it comes to the Star Wars animations, the TV shows, the Clone Wars, Rebels, and he's pretty much George's right-hand man. And he consoles George on pretty much everything he does when it comes to those shows. And that's why they're so good. If you don't know as well, George Lucas has been helping out The Mandalorian and coming on set. So these guys are very good. They know Star Wars, and the fans like their work. And George is also a fan of their work and always gives them advice, comes and visits them on set, bounces ideas around with them. So if these guys are going to be given a lot of the creative control moving forward, I would be very surprised if George isn't going to be involved more often. Now, that makes me very happy and very sad. And no, I'm not sad because I don't think George Lucas is amazing. I love George Lucas. He gave me my favorite series of all time. A lot of my life has literally been dedicated to his work because I'm so involved with Star Wars when it comes to the movies, the shows, the games, just reading up on things, watching YouTube videos people create, from the universe he created. I love George Lucas. I don't think I have to say that, but I just want to explain that because people on the internet are very interesting. So, only reason I'm sad that George Lucas is coming back because I feel like he deserves better. Now, when I say that because the fans have legitimately crapped on him over and over and over. And I believe that's a lot of the reason why he sold Disney. A lot of people crapped on the prequel films, and I feel like that really hurt George. And then when George sold it to Disney, he felt backstabbed and betrayed by them because they didn't use his scripts. Now, him coming back is obviously very good. I don't need to explain that. But moving forward, I feel like he's going to be involved a lot more, and a lot of his work and his ideas are going to be implemented a lot more than we have seen since Disney has acquired Star Wars. And I'm just really excited to see what Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are going to do. I'm pretty happy that Kathleen Kennedy is not going to be as heavily involved, or she's going to be involved at all. I don't hate Kathleen Kennedy. I don't think she did a bad job. But I also feel like she didn't always have Star Wars' best interest involved. And I feel like she should have. George really trusted her, and she learned a lot from George. And I feel like that's not the route she took. So, moving forward, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with Star Wars. The Skywalker saga is done. It didn't end the way I would like it to, but overall, I liked episodes 7 and 8. 7 and 9. I did not like episode 8. And fun fact, that's actually George Lucas's favorite film of the sequel trilogy, which is very funny because that's most of the fans' least favorite one. But yeah, so I want to know what you guys think about this. What do you think about this discussion so far? What do you think about George potentially being involved a lot more? What do you think about the creative control being, in the hands of Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni? And what do you think about what's going to happen with Star Wars moving forward? I know Disney is kind of worried about the direction it's going in because, the fans haven't been too receptive, or as receptive as they would like the fans to be with the recent projects. But moving forward, if they make the right adjustments, which I think they're going, in that direction, I think we're going to get great Star Wars content. I think it's going to do a lot better. And if Star Wars keeps, exceeding expectations and, pretty much does a lot better than it has been recently, I think we'll continue to get more and more awesome content and things of that nature. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this whole discussion and everything I talked about. And as always, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm trying to go ham with this channel. I really love Star Wars. I love talking about it. I could talk about this stuff forever. I'm a nerd, and I'm a proud nerd at that. So drop a comment below, subscribe, like the video, get involved, and as always, may the Force be with you.